About 11:40 this morning, we were informed by members of the Baraboo School District that staff had received a threatening phone call. It was on a telephone line into our high school. I can't get into the specifics of the threat because it is an ongoing investigation, but it did cause significant concern for the safety of not only the students and staff, but of the building itself. We did work with the district administration for Baraboo School District, Dr. Rainey Briggs, as well as the building staff, Principal Glenn Bilston and others, discussed what our options need to be, and Dr. Briggs made a determination that we needed to remove the students and staff and try to search the building for any unknown devices. It was a bomb threat that was originally received. Based on that, the students were taken to their safe reunification location outside of the high school, and the police department, fire department, and the unsung heroes of the public safety, the Baraboo Public Works, helped us get the students to the location where we could keep them safe while we conducted a search of the building. Can't get too much into the investigation at this point. We do have some leads that we're following up on, and the investigators will work with. The professionals at the Baraboo School District did a wonderful job in ensuring the safety of the students, and we were able to keep them in the safe location until an all clear was given, and then we returned them to the building for the release at normal time.
Chief, I mean, it was, when we came here, it had been a few hours, it was a big operation, everybody was kind of in their spots and their places. You had a command set up by the zoo. Talk about just the work that your team did today and working with the schools as well. How did everything go? And you planned for this, right? I mean, how does preparation, lead to something like this today, and did it pay off?
I can tell you that preparation is the only way that we're ever successful. And Dr. Briggs is fairly new to the district, but one of the first conversations we had was about safety and response to incidences of this nature. And I'm very happy to report that Dr. Briggs and all of the staff at the school are great partners with the city of Baraboo. We have an emergency management group that plans. We actually had emergency management from Sauk County Emergency Management assisting us, setting up our command post, assistance with the Sauk County Sheriff's Office, Baraboo Fire Department, and Baraboo District Ambulance Service. So all were part of the safe evacuation of the building. So planning is the only way that we're ever really successful in these. And I'm happy to report that we did some good things today, and we've got some things that we can get better on. And there's never going to be an incident that I don't say those exact same things.
Yeah. So we noticed, I know you said you can't get into the specifics of the call because of the investigation. You mentioned it was a bomb threat. We saw it like a K-9 unit. Did they search the area?
We were assisted by the University of Wisconsin Madison K-9 unit that have explosive sniffing dogs. We did that as a precautionary measure, and the chief was very generous in getting us that help in a very timely manner, and helped us to assuage any concerns we had and allow us to repopulate the building quickly.
So nothing was found?
At this point, we were able to give the all clear.
Okay. And then I know you still can't get into the specifics, but I mean, to evacuate the school, you got a call, a bomb threat. Is that all the time? Like if there is a bomb threat, people get evacuated, or how do you kind of are there levels of severity of a threat, or?
I can tell you that there isn't a specific blueprint that we follow every time. We take the totality of the circumstances to evaluate our response. And Dr. Briggs was implementing his decisions and what was best for his students and staff, as the police department was looking at the life safety, property preservation, and incident stabilization needs that we needed as well. Mm-hmm. So it was a combined decision of what we were going to do and how we were going to go about that. And we worked hand in hand. We had representation in our command post from the school district, and all hands on deck all across the board. So I can't give you a specific of what caused us to do the actions in this specific one at this time, but I can tell you that there was sufficient concern that we wanted to move forward in the safest possible way.
Mm-hmm. And then the students were able to return to the high school for a normal release, right?
Correct, and all activities this evening are going to be as normal, so whether that's athletics practice or an athletic competition or any after-school activities are going to be normal tonight.
I know you said you had some leads that you were following up on. Is there a suspect, a person of interest at this time, or anything?
I really can't get into any points of the investigation beyond letting you know what the initial nature of our threat was,
Yeah.
just because I don't want to cause any nature of complication of what we know.
Okay. What, for something like this, what would be a penalty? What could somebody be facing for making a threat to a school like this?
There's several different natures of charges. The threat itself carries a felony. I don't know exactly what level that is
Okay.
at this time, but they're everything from the felony to if someone got hurt while they were being evacuated, there could be additional charges and enhancers as well. So, and depending on the nature, there could be other enhancers that relate to a threat of this nature.
Is everybody safe?
I believe everybody made it back safe.
Good. Okay.
Why UW-Madison? It seems pretty far away for a K-9 unit.
What we were looking for was a specific canine that was trained in detection of explosives.
Oh, okay, so Sauk County does not have that?
Sauk County's dogs are not. They're general police dogs. They're not trained for that need.
Okay, fantastic.
Do you know how long the investigation might take? Like, are you expecting to have an update by tomorrow?
I do not have and cannot hazard an opportunity to tell you that it's going to take a week, a month, a year. I can tell you that there is a lot of data that needs to be mined through by our investigators, and they will work with the IT folks at the Baraboo School District to get the information we need, pushing forward to hopefully a resolution to the case.
So this is week 2 of school. Already a threat like this. Oh, week 3 of
Is
school.
it week 3?
Was this the first threat of the year, and kind of what kind of,
This was the first significant threat we've had this year that I'm aware of, and we deal with cases of suspect, whether that's statements made by students on a regular basis, and that's why the relationship that we share not only with the teachers but the administrative staff at the school district is so incredibly important, because we have a crisis response team that evaluates every one of those threats, and we run every one of them to ground before we and we don't do anything that jeopardizes the safety of the students or staff.
answered all my questions.